Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, LGBT and all the geeks in between, you are watching the Basement League Show.
Hey guys, what's up? Ganny Phantom here. Welcome to our new segment, Behind the Couch, where we're going to talk about anime, gaming, manga, all that good stuff. So let's see what's behind the couch today. Oh, this one's special. This one is near and dear to my heart. We're talking about Fairy Tail, guys. First published in 2006 by Hiro Mashima, Fairy Tail is an action-adventure series with the power of friendship and lots of magic. Fairy Tail was one of the first anime I ever saw. Period. Like, not counting Pokemon I saw when I was like wee baba. I didn't know what anime was. Fairy Tail was my first. This is Mecha. Hold on. Let me go back. First published in 2006 by Hiro Mashima, Fairy Tail is an action-adventure series following the escapades of Natsu Dragneel and his friends as they go across the world fighting bad guys, solving people's problems, and just enjoying the power of friendship. Fairy Tail was my first real anime. Like, I grew up watching Yu-Gi-Oh! And I've seen Dragon Ball, and I watched Pokemon, but I didn't really know what anime was, what the influence that it had on pop culture until I saw Fairy Tail for the first time. It has strong character writing, beautiful anime, strong character writing, beautiful animation. Some of my favorite gags in the business, and the real love and care that was put into this, you can feel it. The bond between the characters, Natsu, Urza, Lucy, Gray, all of them, it really does feel like a big, huge family. The power of friendship radiates strongly from this series, and that's something that you love in your anime, then I gotta recommend Fairy Tail to you guys. I'd be lying if I say I didn't love it, but I don't. I'm lying. No, it's like I cannot recommend Fairy Tail enough. It's a great jumping on point if you're new to anime. If you're a veteran, you want something classic like the good old days, I recommend Fairy Tail. It's changed my life for the better. You gotta check it out. And that's what we found behind the couch.
What's good, y'all? St. Nicholas here. Talk to you guys about one of the greatest things that could happen in our lifetime. A live action creation of a show that's very near and dear to my heart, Avatar: The Last Airbender. It has been a dangerous undertaking. If you guys recall the horrible, awful, terrible, freaking shit show of a movie that was the first one by M. Night Shyamalan, where they called Aang, and they had I forgot the guy who played Zuko, but they had him in there. It wasn't good. The storyline was wrong. Everything was weird about it. The earthbending sucked, which is really upsetting me because I love earthbenders. But the show now, I felt they did it justice. Like, they did definitely have to take some creative liberties with the show just because they had to condense at least one whole season of 26 episodes down to 8-hour-long episodes. Certain things I say probably could have done a little bit differently. I'm not a huge fan of how they portrayed Bumi per se. Like, the actor portrayed Bumi fantastically. Don't get me wrong there. He played great. But the way they had Bumi presented was a little bit weird. But, of course, there's going to be things they're going to have taken away. They're going to have to take some artistic liberties and licenses with. Costumes are great. They've got all the original music from the show. I feel like all the acting, everyone is great. Sokka's actor sounds just like the voice actor of Sokka, which is highly impressive with me. I'm digging Zuko, how they have Azula, Ozai. Loving Iroh, who is he's actually one of the pilots in Star Wars. I can't remember his name. Lenny, what's his name? Iroh. He's from.
I don't know his actual name.
Yeah, Lenny's over here. He's our music encyclopedia, so he usually knows that shit. But all the character portrayals are great.
He's Angry Appa.
And his name is Angry Appa. Oh, he was meant to be in the show. Look at that. I didn't even know that. His Insta handle is Angry Appa. But besides that, the music is great. The fight scenes are fantastic. The bending looks convincing, especially the earth bending, which I said was a big point of mine that I wanted to see done properly. There's not a one-to-one recreation of the animated show, but they do a great job. I can't find anything, honestly, to complain about it. His name is Paul Sun-Hyung Lee. That guy. Doing a great job playing Iroh. He's got the cheerful, like, older uncle disposition going. They did talk about his jaded past, where he was the Dragon of the West. You'll see about that. They had the brave little soldier boy playing in the background, single tier. But the show's fantastic, and they did the greatest thing ever that I can only be thankful for. They played Secret Tunnel. If you guys remember the little hippies in the mountain range, like, Secret Tunnel!
Yeah, I forget the next couple lines, but then it goes, Secret tunnel, through the mountains, secret tunnel, yeah!
Those guys. Yeah, they played it. It was actually really good. The show's great. I highly recommend watching it if you like the Avatar Last Airbender animated show. If you haven't watched it, watch both of them. See what you think. You guys, catch you guys next time. Catch up.
What is up, guys? Today we are talking my personal top 5 Order 66 moments. And I know what you're saying, like, how do you make a top 5 out of probably the worst thing to happen in that franchise history? Yes, it is some horrible shit. A whole bunch of Jedi died. But the way that they depict it, especially since the first depiction back in Revenge of the Sith, so many different perspectives, so many ways of depicting it, it is just phenomenal. So starting off at the bottom, number 5, Clone Wars Season 7 finale. Ahsoka, she became one of the top favorite characters of more modern Star Wars lore, especially with the series Clone Wars. The way that when they did finally make a Season 7, the way that you get to see it end as it should have ended, with some kind of depiction from hers or other people's perspective of Order 66. She's on a ship with her comrades, her clone troopers, Rex of all people. You get to see the fear, you get to see the anguish, the guilt, everything that goes into those moments, those characters that you've already grown to love, where they have to turn on someone that's become their best friend, become like a sibling to them, someone that they've looked after, cared for, and worried after. And you see the struggle that they're not only attacking her, she then has to attack them so that she survives. And just to seeing that from that perspective, it's amazing. It was such a great display of Order 66. Number 4, Jedi Fallen Order. Mostly because that adds a little extra to the trauma. You have to play through that. You're playing as Cal Kestis. You see it in multiple flashbacks throughout the game, and then all of a sudden, the biggest flashback you see, and you're actually walking Cal through the steps and through the moments of Order 66 when he's on on his spaceship with Master Tapal, and all of a sudden these Jedi turn on them. These clone troopers turn on them as Jedi, and your character is Cal Kestis. He's for the most part defenseless in that moment. He doesn't have his lightsaber with him. And as you walk through, you're seeing you and Master Tapal are split up, and you're just having to walk this character through this traumatic moment. It makes you live through that yourself a little bit, and it's just that's what puts it up there in my number 4. Number 3, Bad Batch Season 1 opener. You get to see, again, it's all about the perspective. You're getting to see it. You get to see one character that was one of my favorites from a show called Rebels. You get to see Kanan Jarrus, Caleb Doom, and you see him as a little kid. Now it is a little bit funny because they have Freddie Prinze Jr. voicing I think he's 10 or 12 years old. It's pretty funny to hear Freddie Prinze Jr. voicing a child, but the overall thing, you see his master, Jedi Master Beleva, and you see their clones turn on them. He's going off with the Bad Batch to mount a counterattack, and then all of a sudden he hears the blaster fire. He hears the screaming, the grunting, he feels the fear through the Force of his master being harmed. And you see this kid, again, he was one of my favorites during Rebels. He became a quick favorite character, and to actually get to see his Order 66 moment instead of just hearing about it like you do in Rebels, it was something that was pretty awesome. Number 2, Revenge of the Sith. It's the original. It's such a stellar moment that you see all these different depictions, all these different moments throughout the Clone Wars, all matched into it what seemed like a huge montage. It's only maybe a couple minutes long, but it's so like powerfully and emotionally driven that you see all these like favored Jedi, all these masters, and they're taken completely by surprise and almost all but wiped out. You see the struggle and the pain in Yoda's face during Order 66 as he's feeling all this energy just dissipate from their world and their universe. Now, it only makes number 2 because, yes, so even though it is the original and it's one of the probably still greatest depictions of Order 66, I've got to give it to the newest character, the newest fan favorite of the Star Wars universe, Grogu. Because not only just he's a fan favorite, I mean, he's a fan favorite of mine. You see him actually finally saved. You've seen flashbacks of his journey through Order 66 across the Mando series, across Book of Boba Fett, across actually I think that's about it. Sorry, it's just those 2 series. But you see his journey, and then you get to finally see and answer that question of who saved Grogu. Who is this like stellar Jedi that not only saved himself and survived Order 66, like very few of them did, but he also saved a youngling that's basically like a newborn baby. And you get the reason it's number 1 for me is that it's not only amazing cinematics as not just this particular flashback, but all the flashbacks that you see surrounding Grogu's moments through Order 66. But then when they do finally answer that question of who is this master that saves him, they brought back the man, Ahmad Best, mostly known and got the horrible reputation that he got playing Jar Jar Binks, a seemingly super hated character. In my opinion, Jar Jar Binks wasn't that bad. He was great comic relief. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. It's a hot take. Deal with it. But you get to see him come back as a Jedi Grandmaster. Someone that's like, for him, for that story, like I've read up on it and how he, like his emotional journey through playing not only one, but multiple characters within the Star Wars universe. Playing the first one and being so hated broke this man. Getting to see that he still believed in the process, still believed in the universe and the lore and everything else. Came back, did a show called I think Trials of the Temple, and that's where they kind of came up and created the character Master Kelleran Beck. But to actually be fully in canon, brought back into the universe as not only Master Kelleran Beck, but to be the one that saves little Grogu and takes him off the capital planet Coruscant. I'm such a Star Wars nerd, and I couldn't remember Coruscant. That's what makes it my number 1 moment. That's what makes it so like amazing and special to me, and I hope other fans like myself. And that's what makes Star Wars just a special moment, is that they bring these seemingly hated people, hated characters, and they find a way to place them so that they are beloved again. That's it for you guys. That's my top 5. Tell us what your top 5 are. Back to y'all.